Moe district is located in western province of Papua New Guinea and shares the border with Australia and Indonesia. It is one of the least rich districts in terms of government services and mission. The obvious need not to mention transport links in the district are pretty primitive. Missionaries with families had to walk the giant distance with babies and cargo, crossing swamps and single-log bridges in the jungle to reach the unreached and the least rich communities.
The church in the border area has its challenges, such as the geographical challenges, the lack of spiritual leadership, motivation, lack of infrastructure, resources, and pagan practices, to name a few. I asked God what I should do to help His church, and there God impressed on me the use of bicycles to create a movement where we could reach the unreached and the least rich villages. We met some locals on the way, and they told us that the jungle in front of us had waters as high as our waist, and we would need canoes to transport our bicycles to the higher ground. As we arrived, we realized that there was no canoe, so two of our boys were discouraged, and before they could convince the other members of our group, I told a local guy who was leading us to move, and so he stepped into the water with his bicycle, and when I followed him into the swamp, everyone followed, and we started crossing the swamp with our bicycles on our shoulders.
See, the way we came is not easy. The government is covering these people. There is no proper road system. So villagers have to carry their market stuff from Mibini village and walk all the way to Moet station to sell only for few guineas, and then they have to walk back again. School children have to walk from Moet station every Friday back to their village, crossing the swamp like this.
This trip is really exhausting because I was carrying my bicycle coming, and distance is quite far. This swamp is quite big. So when I brought it here, I was quite exhausted, but thank you God for.
Just go walk with the team, and we are on the high ground now. It's in about 15 minutes from here to Mibini.
We are about to arrive now from the long walk.
It's the last swamp here. Not that big, but we already adjusted.
Because of the distance, we had to stop on the way, making sure our bicycles are okay. We take some quick rest before we could continue with our mission.
Heading from Barma to the Sego place now, the last swamp. Before we go up to the Sego place, and we walk up to the village.
It was a surprise visit. The villagers were not expecting us as we walked into the village, but as the news spread, people came out of their houses, garden and sago places to meet and welcome us into their community. It was a rare opportunity to have visitors in their village, and many, especially the older members of the community, had to literally shed tears of joy. They took us to the end of the village where we saw a church and a missionary house. The community had to build a church and a missionary house using the local materials, and were hoping that one day a missionary would be sent to their village. For years, the community did not have a pastor or a missionary. It was a heartbreaking experience as we visit and pray with the villagers and hear their stories. And to me, they are like the sheep without a shepherd. I concur with the words of Jesus in Matthew chapter 9, verse 37 and 38. It says, "The harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Therefore, pray earnestly to the Lord of the harvest to send out laborers into his harvest."